Hello, and welcome back to the place to be reviews. I'm Kuyan right here with all of yous. If you're expecting the Batwoman video, I will have that up. Probably, I'm going to set a premiere for it tomorrow morning. It'll be, the voiceover on it will be done this evening. Still working on it. Had the file get corrupted and had to start all over again in the editing process. You know, I put a lot of work into those Batwoman videos. For something that I despise so much, they get a lot of views, so I like to put a little extra effort into those. I'm going to try something different with the review style this time, though. So it's a little bit shorter. It's a 12-minute and 16-second video. They've been around 17 to 20 minutes, so I tried to trim it down a little bit and see how you guys like it. So that will be, I said that'll be up later. And there's a few little, just a few little change-ups in there, so we'll see how you guys like it. This article was sent to me by Coach Loudy, and I told him, I said, I'm going to do a video on this. And I swore off, I haven't even been on, we got this covered in I don't know how long, but I saw this article and I had to do it. Marvel planning to introduce a female Loki in the MCU. Now, I talked about this on, God, it was so long ago. I think it was the Anchor podcast about Loki, them potentially gender-bending Loki. And we're going to get off this Rise of Skywalker trailer. Gender-bending Loki. And that was something that had been done in the comics. So, okay, not a big deal, really. All right. So then they use the fact to justify this that, well, he had changed into a female in the movies, you know, in the MCU, and to me, whatever, if Loki changes. Now, do I want Tom Hiddleston completely recast? That's just stupid. That's just stupidity with extra steps, is what it is. I don't understand where or why that would be a good idea, but, I mean, if they're going to say that, hey, you know, he'll take a female form, okay, well, Loki changes forms, and he's a trickster, god of mischief or whatever. So, whatever, no big deal. But let's see what we got this covered in. Let's see who wrote this wonderful piece. David James. This is from 2 days ago. So this is getting a video out of me. After Loki was brutally killed in the opening scenes of Avengers Infinity War, most assumed that this was a bind not even the god of mischief could escape. But they hadn't reckoned with time travel and parallel universes. One of the most tantalizing and dangling threads in Avengers Endgame was when we returned to the events of the Avengers, where during their time heist, he swiped the Tesseract and disappeared. This is where we'll pick up with the highly anticipated Disney Plus series Loki. Now, I watched Endgame again. I got the Blu-ray. I bought it. You know, it was a good movie. I enjoyed it. I got all the Avengers movies though, so you know, it was one I had to buy. But so the way it was handled, the time travel, to me, it caused so many issues in the continuity because it was like just kind of a cop-out, you know, it was kind of a MacGuffin for them, and it threw things off. When the Russos had to come out with all these explanations in the following months after Endgame was released, all these explanations for why this happened, why that happened, you know, to explain all the time travel. It just kind of lessened my opinion of the film. I mean, I still enjoy it. I like it. It's a great movie. But it's not, I don't think, there's no way it's better than Infinity War. Not at all. Not even close. Now, at first, my knee-jerk reaction may have been that, wow, it was. I don't believe I ever put it ahead of Infinity War. I believe I always had Black Panther ahead of it. But I know I changed my top 5 around at one point. But this was, like I said, this is back in the Anchor days. Let's see here. Information on precisely what the show will consist of is thin on the ground at the moment. But we have heard, words are hard. that's what she said, that will see Loki traveling through time and space, changing historical events along the way. Oh, that ought to be fun. Something else that'll be changing, though, is Loki himself, or potentially herself. Don't forget my pronouns. This is the one for the blue check marks on Twitter. They'll be going nuts over this. They won't watch it because they'll have to pay for something to watch it, but they'll bitch about it on Twitter. If it's not like an actual transgender stapler, red stapler, have you seen my stapler? Deadline is reporting that British actress Sophia Di Martino, perhaps best known for AMC's Into the Badlands, I watched like one episode of that and was done, has joined the cast, and their source close to the production explains that she'll be playing a female incarnation of Loki. As such, it looks like we'll be getting both a female Thor and Loki within a short time of one another. Now this is where it gets kind of insulting, especially coming from we got this covered, so it's just kind of funny. Now, before you get all hot and bothered below the line about the SJWification of Hollywood or whatever guff you're spouting this week, this entirely in keeping with the original Norse mythology that they originate in, which Marvel Comics have also used, in which Thermskithiva Loki convinces Thermal Loki convinces Thor to go undercover as the comely Frisia, with Loki posing as his sexy handmaiden and Thor ending up getting a marriage proposal for looking so damn cute. Wow. This wording, though. Frankly, Loki couldn't stop changing gender in the original sagas, at one point transforming into a mare, getting pregnant by a stallion, and giving birth to Sleipnir, the best of all the horses. And while I'm sure Hiddleston could act the hell out of that story, I somehow doubt it'll make it to the MCU. Please don't do that. That just sounds ridiculous. Even so, if you've got a bee in your bonnet about this news, then take it up with the Vikings. Source Deadline. So this is a cut and paste article from a garbage tier site. This is basically, they said this a while ago that they were going to do something like this, so this really isn't. This is just kind of funny. This is more or less kind of just a fun, lighthearted little video I decided to do. But yeah, I don't. This is, they say, a female incarnation of Loki. It'll be like for an episode or, like a recurring thing. So whatever. Not a big deal. I bet they were thinking that somebody was going to react angrily. I just think it's funny. So that they actually, they used the insulting, if you got a bee in your bonnet about this news, you're an incel. Those roving packs of incels that we're going to show up at Joker movies. No, this is whatever. It's kind of, I'll be watching the show. I got Disney Plus. I get it for free. So, I'll be checking it out. I've enjoyed the content so far, The Mandalorian. And this is the beauty about being in I'd like to say right now, hail the Fandom Menace. About being in the Fandom Menace is, see, when we get good content, we can enjoy it and say, hey, thank you. You did it right this time. Good job. We're going to, criticize where criticism is due. And as far as I'm concerned, from my perspective and being a member of the Fandom Menace, I believe that you give props when props are due. And a sip of water for the working man right here. Make sure I don't spill this on myself. But yeah, so Mandalorian's been cool so far. I've been watching the Clone Wars, some original X-Men. Yeah, it's I'm digging it. So, what do you guys think about this Loki news? Is this big news? I mean, does anybody care? We got this covered as a joke. They're lucky. I haven't done a video on one of their articles in forever, and this is dragged on too long already. So let me know what you think in the comments below, and stay tuned. The Batwoman video coming up soon. Just gonna tighten up, do that voiceover work, get that done, and get that out. That'll be released tomorrow morning. Around, we'll do a 9:15 release, and I'll be in the chat live. Be sure to subscribe. Please bitch slap that like button on the way out the door. Leave a comment. Turn the bell on for notifications. Ding the bell, because YouTube is messing with the algorithms. Please consider subscribing. Help us grow the channel. We're currently at 119 subscribers at the time of this video, trying to push to 150 before the end of the year. I'd like you guys to make that possible if you can, please. With that being said, I'm Tepo Queen from the Place to Be Reviews. I have been here with all of yous, and if I don't see you, remember, have a great day. And what? Have yourselves a pleasant tomorrow.